Okay, maybe it's not that fine. Oh, it might not be all that fine, actually. Is it on by default? Like, oh my goodness, it is. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some more FTB Skies 2. As you can see right behind me, there is a gigantic black box. And for those of you who've been following my channel, you may know that this, of course, means it's wither time. For us to get the wither, though, we're going to actually want to get a more consistent supply of nether stars, which for those of you who don't know, is what drops from a wither. That's basic Minecraft 101, though, so we're not going to touch up on that. But for you new people, they're there. We've got you. But yeah, because of that, I don't want to have to keep killing withers in that thing, even though it would be incredibly easy. So today we are actually also going to be getting into the hostile neural networks, which for those of you who don't know, is a very swell mod. So for us to get started with it, I'm gonna need to go ahead and make myself a bit of glass panes, and then we need to start off by getting ourselves a model framework. So that way I can get this, and then I also, okay, I did need 4, because after that, we're also going to need our deep learner. And that also unlocked something in the FTB shop, which is actually gonna be very helpful to us for this. Because through here, we can actually already get a few actual data models already programmed with certain things. The one I want is gonna be Endermen, because Endermen, I'm gonna need Ender Pearls a lot later, but that's for later. For right now, though, what we're going to want to go ahead and find is, of course, as we need to get a wither, some wither skeletons. Now, the only problem is I have yet to actually find an area that does provide me with wither skeletons. I have found a new structure over here. I'm going to look in this because I didn't find this before. So, well, I found it, I didn't look into it before. And we're gonna hope that there's actually something over there. So I've already lit up a few in here, so let's see. Is there any? There is a wither skeleton. Oh, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait, what? What just happened? I just saw a totem of undying effect. I didn't have a totem. Okay, but suffice it to say, there's a little bit of danger. Now, here you are. Awesome. Okay, so now we've got ourselves our wither data module. We just need to kill a few of these withers.
Later.
Alrighty, I got my data module up to actually the advanced level. So how these things work, they start at the faulty tier, and then by killing wither skeletons or the other mobs that they have in their data, you can actually increase its level by that much. There was a tier before this one, but because the higher tier it is, the more I'm able to get the thing I'm gonna need out of this. I figured I got a spawner right there, so I might as well try leveling this up a little bit now and hope for the best from there. So now that we've gotten that, nextly, I'm out of ender pearls. Okay, I managed to get the ender pearls, so there we go. Now we have ourselves our simulation chamber. So now that we have this baby, we just need to hook it up to some power. So now what we do is we throw in our data module up here, and what this is going to do is this is going to start simulating combat with these mods, and eventually it is going to give me one of 2 products. For us to get this thing going, though, we are going to need fuel, and that is where these prediction matrices come into play. So if I go ahead and take these things out, we'll go ahead and got that quest line done, and now we can just throw those up here. Now what's going to happen is this is going to start the process, and it looks like my power is not going down. I'm a little bit worried about that when we do start with the wither, but by the time that I have enough kills for the wither thing to start going... What? You all don't understand how lucky this actually is, but there we go. We've got the generalized prediction, the one that we don't want, but it does help us to complete this mission. But we also got the wither skeleton prediction. For each of them, I can get 3 wither skeleton skulls, which is exactly what we need to fight the wither. But for us to be able to get this loot, we're going to need this thing here called the loot fabricator. Now for this, we're gonna need another 3 torches, so that way we can go ahead and get ourselves another one of these comparators. But we're also going to need netherite. Now netherite is actually not so bad, as in the nether, when I was looking for the ender pearls, I actually found some netherite dust, which just smelts into a straight netherite ingot, thus giving us the loot fabricator. So now we can go ahead and just slap this one right next to this. Okay, and it's not giving me any more. That's fine. So I can go ahead and slap this here, and then just choose the wither skulls. And there we go. Now we've got ourselves our skulls. Now we can go ahead and fight 2 withers. Well, I guess then we can just go ahead and start assembling this baby. Fortunately, I had enough soul sand for exactly 2 withers. So let's go ahead and seal this off. I think I made this thing big enough to fit the wither. If I go ahead and break this down. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh my gosh, it's a little loud, but there we go. And I realize I forgot the most important thing, which was to slap a data module on this guy.
You get the idea.
So now, what we can go ahead and do is we can go ahead and take away our wither skeleton one. I'm gonna go ahead and then throw the rest of these guys through. That way we can go ahead and start getting more of those. And then we'll just throw this one in. It is sucking out a lot of power. It could also be because this one is... Nope, it's not because that one's going. This one just takes an unreasonable amount of power. Always has, always will. But either way, it is going. So, I mean, that should be good. I can't afford to have that big of a power drain. I have 10 nether stars. I shouldn't really need any more than this at the moment. So what we're going to need this for is we need this as the final ingredient for our end portal frame. Now, here's the question. I got these ethers from outside means. So does this... Okay, they do work because I didn't actually craft these. I found these out in the last video, which was that these were kind of pointless. So let's go ahead and pop 3 nether stars in because we're going to need 12 for our end portal. And there we go. That is that one all ready and raring to go. However, I don't actually want to go to the portal to the end just yet. Because from what I've been looking into, it looks like the Ender Dragon might be a bit of a pain. And I really don't want to deal with that without taking some prior conditions. So, what we are going to do, now that we know that this is going to work, is I want to be able to get set up for getting myself the Eclipse Alloy Armor. And I can give it a whole buttload of different upgrades. And I believe the armor value is way better than what I have going on here, so that should be fun. But for us to get this, we are going to need to level up our current goo past a few levels. So before we can go ahead and upgrade to Eclipse, we need to start with Void Shimmer. So now we go ahead and get that, because I already had everything for that beforehand. So there we go. Now we got this guy. And to power this one, let's see, what does it need? What do you need to defeat? I don't like that one. Let's try something else. I like that one. That's a very good one. We just got more means for that, so that's a rather darn good one, actually. Let's go ahead and power this baby up, and there it goes. So now, if we go ahead and throw the block of diamond in here, it's going to start slowly consuming it. It's gonna go much faster when I give this thing here, though. So let's go ahead, wait for this thing to break, and there we go. And now with that, we have ourselves some Celesta Gem. This is going to be actually very important for helping us to get the next goo, which is the Shadow Pulse goo. Now, for Shadow Pulse, we're going to need a few things. We're going to need Skulk, which I already have in abundance. But we're also going to need Echo Shards and Skulk Shriekers. I actually made a bit of an inaccurate assessment in the last video when I talked about going over through this, which was that the Gate Pearl of the Abyss doesn't give Skulk Shriekers, when it in fact does, and it gives me Echo Shards. So, this is actually going to be the thing we need. Now to make it, we're going to need that Nether Star and our Celestium, but we're also going to need this Empowered Void Crystal. For us to get this, we need to do something called Empowering, which is something made from actually additions. Now, I've gone over this stuff before. Basically, what I need is a lot of crafting, which is actually going to involve this laser thing right back here. But if I just go ahead and take this, I think I need to remove the lens of the miner and then just throw that. There we go. I should have more than enough redstonia for that, so that should be fine. And then a lot of these are basically just going to be more of those crafts in places. So I'm just going to go ahead and get everything from here. It really is just that easy.
5 minutes later.
Alrighty, I got the empower and the display stands all put into place. Now, I don't know if I actually do need to have it or not, but usually what I would do is I'd put like a 2-block gap in between these guys, so this one would go over here. I don't know if I need to do that or not, but if I do, I can just, I could just put it on the other side of these guys. Because these are all the cables I have, so I really don't know if I need to do that or not. So now, all that's left for me to do is just go ahead, take this thing off one last time, and then turn that on, and then we get ourselves some normal void crystals. These are not the ones we need. We need empowered void crystals. For us to get that, we're going to need to throw in something missing. Ah, here we go. I forgot to bring out the stone, but there we go. We've got that. So then we put that down with all of these put into place, and then right here in the center, we just put our void crystal. And as I suspected, it doesn't look like it works. Because if it was working, these guys would actually be shooting the most epic laser show you will have ever seen in your tiny little lives. Okay, it doesn't. So I can put it like this, and there we go. Now we have ourselves our empowered crystal. So now that we've got ourselves those crystals, we now get ourselves our gate into the abyss. I should have almost everything ready for this now. I got the model framework for our insurance policy, but there is one more thing that I want to grab before we get anything else in here, and that is going to be a level 3 spell book. Because now that I have my nether stars, I have every last thing I need to be able to get ourselves our Archmage's spell book, which with this, we can now start wielding the power of tier 3 glyphs. And the reason why I want this is because some of the things here are going to be very hard to track down because the phantoms will keep wanting to fly away. So I want to make a new spell with the homing projectile. This way, it should home against things. So let's see. If I go ahead and then home, harm, and then we just call this one Seeker. We go ahead and set that. Let's see what happens. Oh, it seeks all right. So everything should be in place now. All that is left for us to do is go ahead, activate the gate, and let's see what happens. Here we go. If y'all think we can pass the test, you gotta hit the like button. Oh, there's the phantom. Okay, there we go. And they are actively on fire, so it's not as if this is gonna be too difficult. So I believe that was the first chapter. Oh. Are these guys designed to be burning? Like, what's going on here? Oh, they are flying. Wait, guys, can you come back, please? Okay, yeah, there they go. So then, okay, wait, those guys are meant to, uh-oh. Wait, if they go too far away, uh-oh. Wait, did I just make a uh-oh by sending that guy into the void? Or is he just dead? Okay, I think, okay, it was fine. Okay, so them going into the void wasn't too bad. Wave 5 is really what I'm most concerned with, though. Just because it can easily get, like, really bad. Oh, we've got sorcerers. Turns out I actually didn't need the homing thing after all, so that's good. Okay, whoa, oh, things are shooting ice at me. I don't like this very much. Okay, wait, you need to go. Okay, wait, you can die. Okay, so yeah, I don't think I want you shooting your ice spells at me. Oh my gosh, they're all fighting each other. That's the weirdest thing here, is that they're fighting each other, and I don't appreciate this. We're about to get into the really dangerous part, because now we're at wave 5, which isn't actually a wave, it's a boss fight with the warden. Here he is. We've got the warden. Okay, let's go ahead, add him to the data module. So there we go. Now he's on the list. So then let's just go ahead and throw this into place. Because there we go. Now that's on the table. Oh. He really didn't like that. Okay, I have 3 minutes to defeat this guy. So let's go ahead. Just sneak around. sneak around. Okay, and shoot it. Uh-oh. He recognized. He recognized. He didn't stop for me. He didn't stop for anything. Oh no. Okay. Well, this is fine. This is fine because we got a good mana regen. Oh, okay. Maybe it's not that fine. Oh, it might not be all that fine actually. Oh, okay. I think I need to sit back and regenerate a little bit because I'm all the way on the other island. Wait. Can I? Wait. Oh, wait. I can just... Oh. I could just be all the way back here, and that works. I am probably gonna need to fight a few more of the wardens, though, to be able to fill up the rest of this thing later for what you're about to see. So, let's first go ahead, take back our Void Shimmer goo. We're no longer gonna need this baby, because now we can awaken to the ultimate and final power of the Shadow Pulse goo. The final level is ours. Oh, wait! I thought I was gonna need Echo Shards to fuel this. I don't need the Warden at all! Oh! Dude, that's insane. Okay, so now what we can do is we can just feed this thing our Skulk, and now we just are gonna need the worst part of all of this, because for us to be able to get our Shadow Pulse, well, not actually, it's not Shadow Pulse, that's the name of the goo, but for us to be able to get our Eclipse Alloy, we are unfortunately going to be needing Netherite.
Eventually.
Alrighty, I should have everything for this now, and this is actually a very interesting thing. So apparently they've actually changed the recipes for these things to where now I actually need to craft the Fairy Core armor and then slowly upgrade it with different smithing templates that we can go ahead and craft here and then make more of. So now though, I should have everything for these. I've already gotten up to the Celesta gem. So now I'm already mixing up the orders of things, but now we should have everything we need to be able to get ourselves our Eclipse armor. There we go. With just a little bit to spare, we finally gotten ourselves our final armor. And the best part is, if I go and grab myself my upgrade of flight, yes, I got enough of the Phantom Membrane from everything. I had already gotten feathers, and thanks to my Enderman automation thing over there, I do have enough for the flight upgrade. So I believe this is in the chest. Yes, it is. So now we can go ahead and take off everything else. We no longer need it, as we now have our Eclipse Alloy. So let's see. Is it on by default? Like, oh my goodness, it is. Oh, that is so sick. But now that we do have this, I really don't think that my pocket generator is gonna be enough anymore. So what we're gonna need is we're gonna need to get ourselves this player transmitter. It is a piece of equipment that will allow us to transmit our power from our storage thing over here to ourselves. So then we can go ahead and upgrade this thing to our basic tier. Can I upgrade to hardened? I can't. Okay. I wanted to make sure if I could or couldn't. But for right now, this should hopefully be fine. So now if I go ahead and put this one up here, yes, we do have the power going into there. Is there like a linking thing I need to use for this? Okay, yeah, apparently there is this thing called a binding card. So I need to go ahead and first make a blank card to then make myself a binding card. Then I can just go ahead and right-click this to bind it to myself. And then I can go ahead and input this into here. And there we go. We've wirelessly charged all of our equipment. Okay, so then let's see. How much power does this take out of this? It doesn't take that much, and my power isn't going down. This means we've done it. We've finally gotten myself the better... I just happened to land on the elevator block. We finally managed to get myself the better armor, though. So, since we're not going to be going to the end, and we've already done all this, The only other thing for us to really do now is open up today's chance cube. Yes, it is that part of the show where I risk my entire series for all your entertainment, and I have somewhat repaired the area for opening the chance cube. I think I put the dirt one too low, but it's fine. So let's see what happens. Wait a minute. Is that a chance icosahedron? Wait, there's no way. Did me opening a chance cube gave me a bunch of gebs? Is this active? Oh, it wasn't active. Oh, it was not active. Oh, I may have made a horrible mistake. What's gonna happen? Oh. The divine boots. Okay, this is no longer the chance cube island. This is now the Jeb island. Did you like this video? Good. Then be sure to check out our last FTB Skies 2 video where we delved into Malum and fought our first warden. Bye-bye!